as I told you, right? Every company, for example, a publicly traded company, they may have multiple stakeholder who people as an end user can also go and invest in a particular company, right? And to give them value, for value generation, we are optimizing risk, we are enhancing their benefits, and we are making sure that all resource optimization is happening, right? How is that done? How that activity is done? So as I told you, there is a bigger umbrella. That bigger umbrella is called as your corporate governance. This is where people manage the entire company. They are not just focused on security. They are focused on all aspect of the company, and everything ties back to your corporate governance. Even your security, your IT, your HR, your legal, your all different departments, their governance is finally reporting to your corporate governance. And then we can say, yes, my company is in a good governance status, right? So there's a bigger umbrella called as corporate governance. On top of your corporate governance, we have different governance. I'm just going to talk about security governance here because we are most focused on security. So this is what security governance is. Focus is on security and bringing your risk down from an IT risk perspective. That is why you and me exist in a company, right? This also will help enhancing the business and increasing the value for the stakeholders. You can see now this is aligned with what? It is aligned with the corporate governance objectives. What was those? Benefit realization, risk minimization, resource optimization. Don't you think both the outcomes are mapping to that? So it is tying up to the same thing, right? Then security governance cannot work if we don't have risk management. End of the day, there is something called as enterprise risk management. And then in your enterprise risk management, you see the risk management for your entire company, and your security risk management is just a tiny part of the entire bigger framework, but very, very important, right? So risk management also need to be taken care by your governance. Your governance also need to tie up everything with your policies and standards. You need to have roles and responsibility defined. When we say roles and responsibility, there are two terms which comes in. One is accountability, one is responsibility. What is the basic difference between these two terms? I can say security is a shared responsibility. You might have heard this statement, right? Security is everybody's responsibility. That means everybody has its own role to play to maintain security. That means responsibility can be shared among multiple people, right? But accountability cannot. If a breach happens in your company, who is accountable? Your CEO is accountable, right? Your CEO is finally accountable, and that is why he is being paid high. So please understand, accountability cannot be shared, but responsibility can be shared, right? This fine-grained difference you need to understand from a CISSP perspective. And there is something called as due care. What is due care, right? We'll talk about that separately, but just giving a context here, that is, your due care is when you set up a proper governance framework, you do all things which are expected from you to do to set up and lay down a particular foundation or a structure or the kind of framework. It's more on the leadership responsibility. It's the leadership accountability to follow the due care. Due care is something which is a legal term. If you don't have due care, you may be liable to maybe legal obligations, contractual obligations, and those kind of things. We'll talk about that later in detail, right? Then we also often use a term called as due diligence. So due diligence is when you establish due care, you define policies, this and that, and then on a daily basis, when you follow all good practices, you enforce those good practices and you follow for due care, right? At the same time, you also think if there is a gap in my due care. like any gap in the existing system, those things need to be collected and reported back so that that gap can be filled, right? All those kind of activities will come into your due diligence. So due care may be your governance, maybe setting up policies, this and that, right? All those kind of activities will come into due care, whereas due diligence can be your operational task, like your risk assessment, your monitoring on a daily basis, right? Understanding your landscape and like those things, understanding risk about your own company and following good practices can also be part of due care. So due care can be shared, but due diligence can be a shared activity, whereas a due care cannot be a shared activity. It is a responsibility of your leadership to make sure that it exists, it happens, it is enforced, it is publicized, right? So those things we need to understand. As part of your governance, as I told you earlier, import-export controls, we'll talk about that, Wassenaar Agreement and all that. What is that, right? Basically, Wassenaar Agreement is an international agreement which talks about anything which can create harm for some other country, right? So should be prohibited. We'll talk about that. And then there is privacy, which is very, very important aspect. Please tie up security with privacy, because these two things are kind of sister things and they go hand by hand. Then ethics, as I told you, everything cannot be covered by your policies and those kind of things, right? People have to follow certain ethics, right? It is expected from people. And then also at the same time, your company will procure a lot of things in the ecosystem to fulfill its objective. Like, for example, your third-party risk management is one of the procurement process, right? You need to get along to other companies to hire a service to fulfill your business objective or a product or a platform, right? So that is what it looks like when it comes to security governance.